Hey everybody, Sean Bowen and Mike Hogan here for Keys to the Game, coming off a bye week. I mean, not the quietest bye week, in fact. Hoagie, we ended up having a great visit at the Holland Bloorview Kids Rehabilitation Hospital, feature you can check out on Argonauts.ca. An absolute awesome time seeing those children, seeing the guys. Did wonders for those guys too, I'll tell you. Couldn't wipe the smiles off the players' faces and the kids' faces. An absolute awesome time. But more importantly, my friend, what did you get up to for the bye weekend?
I buyed. It was very good. I actually got some sleep. It was fantastic, and back at it and getting ready for the game against the Stampeders.
As the final stretch here continues, we got a big match here Friday night against the Calgary Stampeders. But Hoagie, let's go back following the bye week against Ottawa, 46-17 victory for your Toronto Argonauts. And let's say this, the defense found their swagger.
Yep.
They were phenomenal. 4 forced fumbles, Bear Woods 8 tackles, our first return touchdown on the defensive side. But more importantly, let's focus in on Bear Woods. What did you see from him? Because I kind of thought he was a calming presence among this defense.
Well, he brings the leadership intangibles for one thing, and it's one thing to do it while you're on the sideline. It's another one to do it when you've got number 48 on your uniform. The one thing that Bear Woods is phenomenal at is when he gets his hands on you, you're going down. He will make the tackle. No missed tackles with the guy with the ginger dreadlocks. And once he gets you, he's got you. And I think that meant a lot to it. And you come around the facility and he's a leader. You hear him, you hear his voice, you see him interacting with players. A meeting earlier this week, the defense is together. He's the one that's running the meeting. He's that guy. So his presence, although it's the expense of Micah Alway, which is not a great way to see him get into the lineup, but the fact that he's back into the lineup, I think everybody's pretty happy with that.
There was a great moment during the game where they had the camera on the sidelines, and he said, "Get that camera out of here. This isn't Pee-wee football." I was dying laughing. I thought it was great. All right, let's continue with that game, and let's go to the rushing. Our first rushing touchdown of the season come from Darrell Walker on the goal line. But let's highlight James Wilder Jr., 3 touchdowns in the performance in his first rushing touchdown of the season. What did you like from him? How does he translate that this Friday?
James Wilder Jr. in his brief stint, it seems like he's been longer than he has been. It's just his 3rd year up here. But he's at his most effective as a closer, as a finisher. When the Argos have the lead, he's phenomenal. And we saw that in Ottawa with the rushing touchdowns, taking that little dump pass from McLeod and going into the end zone, wide open. Great play call by Champlain, by the way. It was... That's what Wilder is. He's the guy. We saw it. Maybe the best example was last year against Edmonton. James Franklin's first start, where in the 4th quarter they had the lead, and it was a James Wilder Jr. show. And he seems to run even harder when he's in that role, trying to pin down the win. So that's when Wilder's at his best. We finally got an opportunity to see it in Ottawa last game.
We were talking about this before we came on air here. We were talking about the offense as a whole, and it kind of looked as if almost, they were free-flowing. And it looks as if we trying to change up some plays. Can you talk about that as well?
Well, it's just, you've got big weapons on this team, and it's been a struggle at times, especially earlier in the season, to get them the ball. But now we've seen different guys in different games. It was SJ in the last game. It was Rodney Smith in Moncton. It was Darrell Walker a couple of times this year. SJ against Winnipeg. They've got those core receivers. I'm still waiting for Amani Edwards to have his 12 or 13 catch, 150-yard, 3-touchdown game.
Just short against Ottawa.
Yes, but he's got that capability of being the guy, right? And then you've got Wilder. We still haven't seen really Declan Cross used the way that he's been used in the past. They've got a ton of guys. They've still got Jimmy Ralph in the equation as well. So McLeod Bethel Thompson has been on and on and on. He's just been on fire. He's the number 2 quarterback in the league right now behind Trevor Harris. So, he's been really good as the season, and better as the season has progressed. And, I'm anxious to see what he can do against Calgary on Friday night.
Moral of the story, lots of weapons. All right, let's transition to another quarterback. Bo Levi Mitchell, 3 games thus far coming back from injury. Look good at times, but you can still see that the rust is there. Sure. I mean, this is a big opportunity for the Toronto Argonauts to, get back in these standings here. How do you shut them down here this Friday?
Let's see. Don't let them get off the plane.
Okay.
Would probably help. The thing that maybe, and this would probably, you can combine keys to the game all at the same time here, because my key to the game is trying to slow down the receivers.
Okay.
They are just so talented, and if Bo makes a bad pass that's, a couple of feet, 3 feet off, they're still going to catch it.
Yeah,
you've got receivers who are great at adjusting to the football, and guys who seem to have 4 feet arms on each side, right? I mean, they're big targets, and they, when Bo makes a great throw, great. They'll make the easy catch, but if he makes a little bit of a poor throw, they're there to bail him out as well. That's the key to this game for the Argos. Don't let the passing game get out of hand. If they can contain them, they don't have to shut them down, but if they can contain them, they've got a pretty good shot of winning this football game the way the offense is playing.
Two birds with one stone. That's why you are the best in the business, my friend. And I love the t-shirt too. Retro Night, those are pretty sharp. All right, that does it for us here on Keys of the Game. Friday night, it's a battle of quarterbacks, Bo Levi Mitchell, McLeod Bethel Thompson. You can see it right here Friday night as we take on the defending Grey Cup champions, the Calgary Stampeders. On behalf of Mike Hogan, I'm Sean Bowen. Thanks very much for tuning in to Keys of the Game.